Hey guys, what's up? Let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about some issues that we're having in this day and age that we're living in, which is pretty fucked up. I mean, I'm going to go straight to the core. It's not going well. And I want to talk about why I think that Trump is not actually the problem. Even everyone treats him like the problem. If you read news feeds, you read Twitter, everyone's like, oh no, Trump just did this and Trump just ruined this economy and Trump is putting tax, import and export tax on all things and oh no, he just went to this country and embarrassed himself and you gotta make sure to vote against him in the next election. And everyone treats as if Trump would be the problem. And while it is a good thing to vote against him in the next election, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Please vote against Trump in the next election if you have the right to vote. But that's not the problem. Like Brexit and Trump and this whole rise of right-wing governments around the world are merely a symptom of a bigger problem. It's a problem that is silenced and rarely mentioned, and that annoys me. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. It kind of disappears in the loud shouts about Brexit and Trump. And that problem is that there's a large group of people out there that can be nearly found in every country that feels left out, that feels exploited, that feels betrayed by their government and by some kind of corporate elite. Now, whether that's justified or right or wrong, and whether there actually is this corporate elite who wants to harm the small men and make them pay for everything and die poor, I don't know. I don't know about this. But the fact is that these people are out there and they feel this way, and that's why they vote for these ridiculous campaigns like Trump or Brexit. For them it's nearly like a last resort to be heard. Right? They're like, oh God, we've tried our best with Obama and we voted for change and he didn't bring the change and he left us out and now we got to make our voice heard, so we vote for these ridiculous right-wing and just stupid campaigns like Brexit. Now, our challenge has to be to talk less about the campaigns and Trump and all that itself, but more about bringing these people back on board and what we can do to regain their trust in like traditional politics and the democratic system. That's a very, very difficult challenge, and I don't have an easy answer for that. But the problem, if we don't do that, is that at some point, and let's stick with the example of Trump, at some point his term is going to come to an end, whether he gets reelected or not. But at some point, his term is going to come to an end. And after him, there's going to be someone else. And if all these people are still out there, and obviously Trump is not going to make their life better, right? That's not going to happen. We're going to be in a worse position when he's done with the United States than we've been before. So all these angry and left out people are still there, and they're going to vote for the next clown. Now, one benefit of Trump is he doesn't really have a concept, right? He seems to repeat in the morning what the last person he spoke to in the evening told him. So he's very influenceable and he says one thing today and the opposite tomorrow. And that's a good thing. That makes him less dangerous. But if after him we have someone who picks up all these people that are now feeling left out and who voted for Trump and who voted for Brexit, he picks them up and it's actually a person with an agenda, a person that's smart enough to pull off an agenda and who has a very clear vision, like for example Hitler did, right? Like that was a guy, as horrible and terrible as he was, but he had a very clear vision from the beginning and he knew how to get the people on board, and then he just ticked the boxes one after the next to get to the end of his vision. Now Trump does not have this vision, but the person who comes after Trump might have that vision, and we need to do what we can right now to avoid these people voting for a clown like that. Obviously, I don't know who it's going to be and who's going to be the next idiot who lines up after Trump's term is finished. But if we don't have all these people on board with us again, or like most of them, and they realize how terrible their decision was and in what of a dangerous situation they put the world, then they will vote for the next guy. And then we might put ourselves or maneuver ourselves into a corner where we really, really don't want to be. Because a guy who's smart enough to have a vision and execute that vision in a country like the United States, that might literally, I don't even want to say it, but it might put us in a third world war scenario or in some kind of doomsday scenario, just over little ridiculous debates like immigration and all that, just because people are very passionate and loud about that. Now, let's look at that a little bit more, right? Because why is it that so many people feel left out? Is it really the reason that there's a corporate elite that wants to make the small man pay for everything and then leave him to die poor? Is that what they want? I don't think so. I think a big problem is that the way countries are run in 2018 is very complex, right? It's not as simplified as you want it to be. For example, I give you an example. If you're a politician and you've got a powerful lobby group, right? Let's say some car manufacturer or whatever, and they're like, look, dude, just make those decisions in our favor, and we're going to pump that much money into your country, and and you make a deal with these lobbies. That's how a big part of politics works, in a, again, very simplified version. Now the people run out on the street and they're like, no, you should not work with these lobbies. You should act in our interest because we are the people and you are our representative. Okay, so now as a politician, I have two options. I can either go with the lobbyists and then the people are pissed, or I abandon the lobby, they potentially leave the country and rip $1 billion hole into our economy, and then the people are pissed again because they're like, why are we financially so bad? Where's all the money going, right? So however I do it, people are going to be pissed, and I'm pissing off those people. So this is just one example, and of course it's again very, very simplified, but it's this kind of complexity that most people are not willing to see. They just want to be like, no, you're a politician, we're the people, you represent us, full stop. And it's just not that easy. It is not that simple. But people just want simple answers, right? They want to hear that governments are corrupt, right? And that's it. Governments are corrupt, they're all corrupt, they want us to die poor, we are the people and we now have to rise up. It's not that simple, and as a result of that, many see it as their last resort, like I said before, to vote for these bizarre campaigns like Brexit or support Trump. So guys, I don't really have a conclusion for this video, right? Because it is very, very difficult, and I have no idea how we get all these people back on board and back to trust like the democratic system and regain their trust in like traditional politics. I don't even know if it's possible, but all I know is we really have to try it, guys. We really have to try it. Because like I said, if we don't manage to do it, we're going to be potentially in a much worse position in 5-10 years from now, because all these angry people are going to multiply and they're going to vote for the worst person that you can possibly imagine. And trust me, it's not Trump. It is not Trump. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it made a bit of sense. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you did not enjoy it and you strongly disagree with all my opinions and I'm just a libtard, then also leave a like. Yeah, let's do that. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, do the other 12 things you need to do in order to stay up to date with this channel. That would be appreciated. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye.